Namaskar, welcome to my YouTube session. I am Dr. Anshul Bajpai. Today I am going to discuss about the market policies of Alauddin Khilji. Although Alauddin Khilji is known for his imperialistic activities, known for expansion of his empire, but the market policy was important tool behind his ambitious policies, ambitious projects. Alauddin Khilji's market policy were oriented more towards administrative and military necessities than internal restructuring. This may be asked also in your exam. Alauddin's market reforms were oriented more towards administrative and military necessities than restructuring. In fact, Mongol invasion had been started, and during the period of Alauddin Khilji, Mongols continuously attacked on Delhi, and we know that out of 4 important, or you can say powerful officials of the Alauddin Khilji, 1 officer was killed during the Mongol invasion. If you know, Alauddin, there were 4 officers of the Alauddin Khilji, military commander of the Alauddin Khilji, Jafar Khan, Ulugh Khan, Nusrat Khan, and Alp Khan. Jafar Khan was killed during Mongol invasion. Therefore, we see that because of the Mongol invasion, Alauddin Khilji wanted to increase the number of the soldiers so that he could protect the Delhi from Mongol invasion. However, before the Alauddin Khilji, another Sultanate rulers also tried to ensure the minimum storage of the adequate storage of the food, so that during the time of any famine, during the time of any natural calamities, or during the time of invasion, the state could protect itself from food scarcity. So, one objective behind the market policy was to ensure the storage of the stock of the food, and second objective of the market policy was to strengthen army. Since Alauddin Khilji was the first Sultanate ruler who kept the permanent army, who kept the standing army. Standing army means the soldiers were given regular salary, and since he recruited more soldiers in army, therefore he needed to pay more salary. Either he could pay more salary or he could ensure the food security for the soldiers. One thing could be done. So, Alauddin ensured for the food security for the soldiers. Barni also stated these things. After the Mongols' siege of Delhi, Alauddin wanted to recruit a large army, but all his treasurers would have been soon exhausted if he had to pay them from their the salary from government's account. Therefore, he decided to ensure the food security for the soldiers. For this purpose, he introduced the market reform or market policy. Therefore, we may say that it was a type of market policy was brought to fulfill the military necessities as well as of administrative necessities. In fact, before the time of Alauddin Khilji, many dalals means, or you can say agents, are in modern period we see the artis, agents were active in the market and they purchased the goods from the farmers directly and then they sold it to market. Sometime at the time of scarcity, there these agents, they stored the food items, they stored the essential goods, and in this way the price of the essential commodities increased. Therefore, for the administrative point of view, it was also necessary to eliminate these dalals or these mediators. Alauddin did it very well. Alauddin set up 3 markets at Delhi, one for food grains and second for clothes of all kinds and for expensive items like sugar, ghee, oil, and third for horses, slaves and cattle. There were 3 types of separate market, one for food items, essential goods, second for clothes and expensive goods like oil, ghee, and third for the slaves and horses. He made different rules for different markets. This, for the food market, he ensured the adequate availability of the food items in the market. Therefore, he made several laws. Actually, in those days, food items were carried, or grains were carried from the village to the market by the banjaras. These banjaras had the hundreds of the bullocks. Through bullocks, these banjaras used to bring the food items for the market. And what Alauddin Khilji did? Alauddin Khilji made several regulations for the banjaras so that banjaras could easily bring the food items to the market. Alauddin Khilji made the rules that no farmer would be allowed to sell their product apart from these banjaras. In Doab and in the area of 100 kos is the unit, 100 kos around it, the Khalsa land was declared. Around it, the land was declared as the Khalsa land, and where the land revenue fixed at half of the production, and local officers were appointed to collect the land revenue, and strict rules were executed so that the cultivators could not cheat the government officers, and cultivators were forced to sell their product at cheap price, and if they sell their products more than the official price, they could be punished. The local officers were called to sign a bond so that local officers were called to sign a bond with the farmers so that farmers could not sell their products beyond the government. In this way, it was ensured the collection of the food items, grains items from the village directly. Alauddin took strict measures to regulate or to execute these laws. For this purpose, he appointed an officer called Shahna-e Mandi. This officer ensured whether any food items, any grain items are being sold on prescribed price or more than that. If anybody violated the law, could be strictly punished. Strictly punished means it is heard that if anybody if anybody take more price, then this sentence could also be given for those people. It means Alauddin Khilji took strict measure to see that the price laid down by him were strictly observed. Spy system was also there to check whether the rules are being strictly followed or not. These spies are called Barid or Munia. During the time of scarcity of the food, the rationing system was also introduced by the Alauddin Khilji. If any famine occurred, any drought occurred, Alauddin Khilji distributed the grains to the common people. However, there was a fixed quantity which would be given to every family during the time of famine or any natural calamities. So, in this way, he ensured the adequate supply of the food items in market. Alauddin Khilji promoted the corporate system among Banjaras. He ordered to form a corporate body. Alauddin Khilji instructed that nobody could storage the food items beyond its necessities. Means, if in a family 4 persons are there, so the family could not have stock of the grains more than 40 kilo or 50 kilo, whatever the amount was fixed. You cannot collect, you cannot have the stock more than that prescribed amount. Therefore, every farmer has to sell their product to the government officers. Since dalal was eliminated, therefore the products would be directly brought by these Banjaras to the market, and Banjaras had to sell these food items on prescribed price, and on that price government could purchase, common people they could also purchase, soldiers could purchase. In this way he ensured the food security for every soldiers. At the time of any natural calamities, he introduced the rationing system also. Second market was the market of the clothes. Alauddin ordered that all clothes brought by the merchants was to be stored and sold only in the market at government price. Nobody was allowed to sell their products in private to the private merchants. Everything would be sold in market. Some foreigners, you can say, like Multani merchants, they were given the advance 20 lakh tanka so that they could sell their product only to the government. Otherwise, foreigners could sell their product to the intermediaries or to any other party. Therefore, government ensured to pay 20 lakh tanka in advance. And for Indian merchants, Alauddin Khilji instructed strictly that they could sell their product only to the government officers, only to the market. And from mediators, since he had already eliminated the mediators. And third market was the market of the horses. Earlier period, many dalals were also there. Dalals, mediators, were also there to sell their horses, slaves. The price of the horses was fixed. Various three types of horses were also categorized in three types, and price were different. Means Arabi horses would be sold on more price, Indian horses would be sold on less price, and third category of horses, ponies, would be sold on least price. So price of every horses was fixed, and even price of every man, women, everything was fixed during that period of Alauddin Khilji. A skilled das, skilled slave, was sold on more price, non-skilled less price, female more price, girl, different prices were there. Alauddin, the market policy of the Alauddin Khilji, whether it was implemented only at Delhi or in entire country. Generally, Barni used to say that the market policy of the Alauddin Khilji was executed only at the Delhi, not in entire country. Let me explain the things. If Alauddin Khilji introduced this market policy for the military purposes, Alauddin introduced the market policy to fulfill the necessities of the military, then it could be implemented in entire country. Because the military soldiers were recruited not from Delhi, they were recruited from entire country. But the question is that whether the market policies could be properly executed in entire country. Again, I am repeating, definitely the iktaj which were located, which were situated far from the Delhi, definitely the rules of the central government could not be executed strictly, and the farmers who were situated or who were residing far from the Delhi, they decided to sell their product not in Delhi, because the price whatever they will get in Delhi would maybe was the lower in comparison to the price whatever they get suppose in Calcutta. So the farmers, so we can say, suppose this is the Delhi, the market policies, however it was implemented for entire country, but it could not be properly executed far from Delhi, 100 kilometer or 200 kilometer far from Delhi, it could not be properly executed. And second thing is that whether it was the temporary and it was introduced only for the military purpose. See, temporary means actually Alauddin wanted to recruit army, recruit soldiers in large scale. Therefore, he introduced this market policy. But after the death of Alauddin Khilji, this market policy could not be lasted. The reason was that the fixation of the essential commodities could not be lasted for a long time. The price of any commodities should be fixed on the basis of the production and on the basis of the consumption. If the price of any essential commodity would be fixed without considering the production, definitely the black market would be created automatically, and the farmers, the peasants refused to sell their products to Delhi. They started to sell their products 200-300 kilometers far from Delhi. In this way, the scarcity of the food occurred after the occurred even during the time of Alauddin Khilji. His successors understood these things, and automatically the market policy of the Alauddin Khilji collapsed after his death. If you think any questions regarding the market policy of the Alauddin Khilji, you can comment. And second thing, I would like to say that if you subscribe this channel, you will get the updates and you will get the new videos, new informative videos related to history, relevance for the UPSC exams, for GS purpose, and also history optional purpose. Still you are having any query, you can make comments, you can ask question through comment box. Definitely I will reply. Okay. If you write your email ID in comment box, I will reply you in your mail also. If you ask any question related to history, definitely I will reply you. Thank you very much. Keep watching. All the best. In next video, once again I will be discussing about important topic of the history. Thank you very much.